What is up, Pokefans? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and welcome to Season 8. Master Rank Ladder Climb, where we use the team that we built from scratch, hitting Master Rank and beyond. Now, we are currently 45 games in, and I can't say that I am happy. I mean, I am. Don't get me wrong. I shouldn't start this off like all mad. No, I'm 45 games in. We do have some difficulties dealing with the Dragonite or just extreme speed problem. So we have to really think of a way to try to deal with it. And I've been pondering of how to do that. And I think the most notable options that I have is to either have someone with redirect that can withstand any and all extreme speeds that come out of Dragonite, or anyone that has extreme speed, and have that Pokemon that can not only redirect but become ghosts to just kind of suck it all up and just be like, okay, guess what? Or to remove all priority from the field. So that's going to be the option. I don't know if we have anything like that. The only other option I have, though, and I'm just thinking of this on top of my head, is using someone that has Will-O-Wisp. I don't know if anyone on my team can learn Will-O-Wisp, but we'll figure it out after today's matches, which we'll get into right now. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but that's pretty much it. I don't really have any announcements other than the conundrum that we were doing with yesterday. So let's just go ahead and get into our matches for today, shall we? Alrighty, and our first match is ready to go. We've got Hisuian Goodra, Fluttermane, Typhlosion, Tornadus, Chi-Yu, and Urshifu. Woo, everyone's using the Hisuian Goodra now. I mean, he's a pretty good wall, if I say so myself. I wasn't expecting him to be like everywhere, and I do mean he's everywhere. Even in the weekly tournaments that my buddy and I now go to, he is everywhere. And I can't say that I'm upset about that whatsoever, just because of the fact that Goodra is one of the like underused dragons out there. But the Hisuian form, with him being Dragon Steel, is pretty good. It's like Duraludon, but better, because he's actually got the stats to support it. So we are kind of in a rough spot, if you ask me. We're gonna go ahead and go Tornadus, Regieleki, Urshifu, and we'll go these four. I would bring in Fluttermane and Chien-Pao, but for some reason I'm not feeling those two Pokemon. Plus, I want to have Regieleki come out more in the field. It seems like in this series I have used him less, but only because of the fact that I'm fearful that he's gonna get knocked out right away, and he's stronger than that. Plus, he's got like a really good Terra attack, so you know, we shouldn't have anything really to fear. So he brings out Tornadus and Urshifu. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves set up with I mean, I really want to Tailwind. I'm the fastest thing on the field outside of his Tornadus, so I think Taunt is going to be the best one. And then I'm going to go straight into the Electro Web to knock them both out, because I am Magnet Transistor. So Taunt will go off. Is that Mental Herb? It is Mental Herb, so he's going to get whatever he's going to get off. Here comes the Tailwind. That's going to double the speed. He might outspeed. No, he does not. Regieleki comes out and does the double web, which does not knock out either or Tornadus or Urshifu. Here comes Surgeon Strikes on Regieleki. Ooh, 55. That's definitely going to knock him out. And see, that's kind of why I don't like. That's why. You see that? Like, come on. It's hard. We'll bring out Urshifu. So we'll match some type B type. I'll go ahead and use Tailwind and Aqua Jet their Urshifu. Here we go. Are you serious? That should have... Oh yeah, Thunder Punch? That's dope. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good option right there. Wow. That's a pretty good option. Why couldn't Aqua Jet knock him out? That's so weird. That is so weird. Okay. Well, Bleak Wind and Terra Steel to Dragon Claw into Tornadus. This is weird. I do outspeed them because they do have a minus speed and stuff, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Aqua Jet into Garchomp doesn't do much. Rough Skin's gonna knock him out though. Now I get off Bleak Wind. It's gonna knock out Tornadus. There we go. And Dragon Claw doesn't do anything because the target that it was initially set out for is knocked out. Now, I'm also thinking about changing one of the attacks on Tornadus, or kind of changing his moveset as a whole. One, to compensate for Protect. I think that will help out quite a bit when dealing with the extreme speed matchups. But I also believe that, excuse me, Chi-Yu and Fluttermane come out next on their side of the field, and I'm still Terra'd. Special defense drops for all Pokemon. Photosynthesis activates for Fluttermane, so it's got the booster energy, and its special attack was heightened. We do have Tailwind for 2 more turns. They have Tailwind for 1 more turn. Question is, do I have enough to deal with it? You know what? We're gonna Rain Dance to kind of lower down Chi-Yu's attacks there, and I'm gonna Earthquake. I think that's gonna be the best bet there. They're gonna Terra. Fluttermane? Nope, Chi-Yu. Grass? Dark. Okay. That's cool. Probably to help with the taunting and stuff like that, which I'm not really going to go for. Rain Dance instead to lower down Chi-Yu's attacks. But I was also going to change up Tornadus's things to be a little bit more evened out. I figured that if I'm able to do that, then I would be able to have Protect to deal with the extreme speed matchups. And because of... Ooh! Heat Wave in the rain doesn't do anything, but I was able to outspeed just because of the fact that I have no idea. I thought that they would definitely be faster than me, but apparently Garchomp is faster than them. Yay. So Blake, we're going to go ahead and do Bleak Wind, which is going to be 100% now, and Dragon Claw. Battle's canceled. Hey, we took out our first W. That's dope. I thought that we were going to lose that one, to be honest. All right, our second match is ready to go. We've got Torkoal, Spiritomb, Indeedee, Armarouge, Ursaluna, and Regieleki. Okay. So I am not well versed in what Spiritomb can do. I know what Indeedee and Armarouge can do, so that's, a thing. But I do not know what the other, I shouldn't say other two, but I do not know what Spiritomb does. Obviously, this is going to be a Trick Room core, so I have to kind of pick and choose my battles here, which one that I would rather have to deal with. And it's going to be tough. I will not lie. It's really going to be tough. I think we're going to go more on the offensive this time. So Tornadus, Urshifu, Chien-Pao, and I'll bring out Regieleki in case if I need to maybe do like an opposite switch in, or... maybe slow them down somehow. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to use Regieleki for, but just something else, really. So we got Ursaluna and Spiritomb. Okay. So we're going to taunt Spiritomb because I don't really know what he's going to do. Harrow Water Surging Strikes into Ursaluna. I'm the fastest thing on this field, and I don't think they get priority for using Trick Room. As a matter of fact, I don't think they get a boost from Trick Room because it's one of those moves where it has to go last. So it's weird. Even with Prankster, I don't think it goes up one speed stage. I haven't really done the testing for that. They're gonna Terra as well. And it's gonna be Ursaring, or Ursulin, I'm sorry, to be normal. Okay. Taunt does not affect Spirit Tomb. Okay, so Surging Strikes will now go on to the Ursaluna, which isn't going to do a whole lot. It would do a lot more, but since it's Terra normal, it's going to survive this encounter. Taunt doesn't affect Spirit Tomb though, which is really, really weird. Rock Slide will come out from Ursaluna, which will do a lot of damage. Trick Room. Maybe I should have done it to Spirit Tomb. Maybe. Anyway, so now the Twisted Dimensions have been activated. We're gonna go ahead and activate Rain Dance, and then Aqua Jet to Ursaluna. So there goes Ursaluna. So now even in opposites, he could have Torkoal in the back, he could have Armarouge or Indeedee, but I think the main strat was going to be the Ursaluna. So now with Rain Dance active, Torkoal would, one, reset the weather, but it now doesn't really matter. Because I'm just going to reset it as soon as he comes back out, and I'm going to Aqua Jet him right in the face. So now they have to be very, very careful. I think from now on, I need to focus on the person I think I'm going to trick, that I think they're going to Trick Room. So Armarouge comes out for their side. I'm going to go ahead and taunt him. Since he already used his Terra, I'm going to go ahead and just continue on with the Speed Strikes. I don't think he gets Quick Guard. I think Cerule Edge is the one that gets Quick Guard. So I'm going to double into that slot. Aqua Jet into Armarouge. Gonna one-hit KO. Because in the rain, Terra with Mystic Water, you're looking at a really, really strong water type. Nightshade on the Tornadus. Gonna knock him out. Totally fine with that. Now I'll bring out Chien-Pao. Now if he sends out Torkoal, I'm now in trouble. Maybe it would have been better to retreat but I don't think it matters now. Because now I could Sucker Punch into Torkoal and then Aqua Jet right into that slot too. I'm doubling into it. Okay, Ally Switch. Totally fine. Sucker Punch will also fail. Here comes Eruption. Oh, which is gonna knock out Torkoal or knock out Urshifu right off the bat and lower Chien-Pao to 1. Ouch. That ally switch though. That was a good call. Okay, here comes Regieleki. Let's turn. Trick Room only goes for one more turn. So I'm going to protect this turn. Okay, ally switch, but it failed. Interruption. I wonder why ally switch failed. Does it usually fail? Or is it because I protected? Now the Twisted Dimensions return to normal. I'm going to Sacred Sword. I'm assuming ally switch is going to happen again. So I'm going to Sacred Sword into that slot, and I'm going to Thunderbolt into that slot. Torkoal protects. Oh no, he's got to use Trick Room. That's right. That's what he's doing. Nightshade. I was assuming he would ally switch again. It would have been kind of like the better play, but apparently it was not. Alright, so I'm going to Thunderbolt into that slot, thinking he's going to ally switch into Torkoal. He could use Trick Room, which if he does, he's going to get like a lot of damage here on out. He does not use ally switch, but he does take a lot of damage. Here goes the Citrus Berry. Nightshade. Oh, Flamethrower? Okay. I was gonna say, will that be enough? I mean, Flamethrower is pretty strong. It's not no eruption, but it's pretty strong. But we lost that one, unfortunately. All right, our third match is ready to go. We've got Tornadus, Regidrago, Heatran, Urshifu, Dragonite, and Fluttermane. Pretty good assortment of Pokemon, but now I have to figure out how to beat it. So, how do I win? Well, the Tornadus would be a problem because it would set up for Tailwind, but also Taunt and Rain Dance for Bleak Wind, which Rain Dance would weaken Heatran quite a bit. Urshifu would get a boost. Dragonite's probably Terra Normal with the extreme speed. So we'll walk in with Tornadus, Fluttermane, have Urshifu, and Garchomp in the back. I don't want to bring in Regieleki because if he matches up with Heatran, it's not going to do very much. Regidrago would be okay, but the two that Regieleki would be able to take out would be Tornadus and Urshifu, but he would get outsped by Fluttermane, which is not going to be the case, but Dragonite is just going to do Dragonite things and use Extreme Speed, Terra Normal, with the Choice Band. It's very, very hard to combat that. So let's see what happens. Okay, Tornadus and Heatran are the ones that they brought out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Tailwind. Because he could taunt me, and if he taunts me, it's going to be bad. But he's probably carrying Mental Herb. But I am the fastest thing on the field, but I think that we need to get Fluttermane off the field. So let me go ahead and get Tailwind up, swap to Garchomp. That way we don't lose Fluttermane right off the bat, and I can do quite a bit of damage, because otherwise Heatran is going to be able to knock it out, because I think it does get heavies. Oh, well, there's Flash Cannon. That would have definitely knocked her out. So there was no getting out of that. We both have Tailwind on our side. I'm going to Rain Dance. Terra, Steel to Earthquake. This will only affect Heatran, unfortunately, because the other two are going to be flying, but it's the best option that I have currently in my reservoir. They're also going to Terra. It's going to be the Heatran. Grass. Good call. Because they kind of saw that, well, he might activate the weakness, in which is accurate. It would have been ×4, so making it resistant is pretty good too. The thing is that now he becomes susceptible to Bleak Wind, because I'm going to Rain Dance to make it 100%. But I also fall underneath that category. But now Flash Cannon isn't going to do a whole lot of damage to me. That's funny. Is he scarfed? He's faster than Garchomp, who isn't scarfed. Interesting. So I do lose out on my Pokemon there. I did activate Tailwind, though, as far as I'm aware. We'll bring back out Flutter Mane. Tailwind? I do. Tailwind's up for 2 more turns. So now we'll activate Bleak Wind, which will do a lot, and Thunderbolt to the Tornadus on that side. Which should be a one-hit KO, because I may not be spec'd for like EV'd to be like straight up attacks, but I do have choice specs. So there we go. It cost me 1 Pokemon, but I did knock out 2. So I can't be completely mad about that. Thing is, now Flutter Mane is synced into Thunderbolt, and I have nothing for Dragonite, which could be coming out now. Urshifu and Flutter Mane. Okay. Okay, so Bleak Wind, and I'm locked into Thunderbolt. So the question is, will I survive from the Aqua hit? That's the question. Yeah, we'll try it. Okay, he'll detect. Totally fine. Thunderbolt into that slot. Bleak Wind now comes out. Will not hit the Urshifu, but will hit the Flutter Mane, which I'm hoping will do a lot. Kind of. Shadow Ball will go into my Flutter Mane and will knock it out, unfortunately. Oh, I survived with 5 HP. Let's go. And my Tailwind's gone, but so is theirs. So I can either Bleak Wind or... I think Bleak Wind's going to be better here. Yeah, I'll Bleak Wind and I'll swap my Urshifu. I think that's the better choice. Keep Flutter Mane safe and sound and attack with 1, which may knock out both of them right here, right now. So we'll see how that goes. Aqua Jet could be out to that slot, does nothing. So we saw that. Bleak Wind now comes out and will now knock out Flutter Mane. Totally fine. But will not knock out the Urshifu due to Focus Sash? No, that's just how bulky he is. Okay, that's cool. We will go ahead and Bleak Wind again, and... yeah, why not? Aqua Jet. Boom. And there we go. We took game 3. All right. So for our 4th match, we've got Galarian Moltres, Bascio Legion, Urshifu, Flutter Mane, Tornadus, and Dragapult. A wide assortment of Pokemon. But the thing that we need to worry about is Bascio Legion. This is the male form. So the male form is going to have more offensive tenures than the female does, which is really, really interesting. The only reason why I know that is because we had a conversation with the friend group about Bascio Legion, I think last week, something like that. It's weird, but he does get Swift Swim, so Tornadus is most likely going to use Swift Swim. So I will either have to plan around Swift Swim or to try to beat it all the way around. But it's really, really neat to see Galarian Moltres here. So we're gonna get up with Tornadus and Flutter Mane. I mean, it'll probably be easier to go with Regieleki. Actually, it might. We'll leave Flutter Mane in the back in case Bascio Legion comes out, or not Bascio Legion, but Dragapult comes out. And I do need a Pokemon to take out Galarian Moltres, so we'll bring in Chien Pao to deal with that. I will leave Urshifu and Garchomp in the back. I'm hoping that this is a good combo. I really hope that's a good combo. I'm really hoping to get some KOs with this team. So Tornadus and Bascio Legion. Both shiny. What makes it shiny? Oh, is it the horns? I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get Tailwind set up on our side. Guess Swift Swim's gonna be a problem. And I'm just gonna go straight into Thunder bolting that thing. I'm just gonna go straight into it. Like, I believe that we'll knock it out, because the only way that that thing is gonna get actual speed is to have Rain Dance activated. And if Rain Dance is activated, I might get a boost from the rain. So we'll see. Terra is gonna go to Bascio Legion, so it's gonna erase that weakness. Oh, never mind, it's gonna become greater in the weakness. Because here it comes in water. Tailwind on my side. And Tailwind on their side. So no Rain Dance. Aqua Jet, because they get priority. Into the Regieleki. Does not KO, but it does pretty good. But it is a life orb, so here goes Thunderbolt. And that's going to be a one hit. Terra Water Life Orb Aqua Jet took out 3/4 of Regieleki. Could you imagine if it was not that? That probably would have knocked him out with no problem. Something to know in the future, guys. We're out there. Okay, so next up we could taunt the Tornadus, but most likely he's going to set up for some sort of rain. So we're going to go ahead and do Bleak Wind, and I'm going to go with the... should I swipe? No, I shouldn't swap. I shouldn't switch. I shouldn't swap. I think Regieleki is going to get his bonus here. I think we'll do this, because I'm using Bleak Wind, Aqua Jet into the Regieleki is going to knock him out. I kind of foresaw that happening, but he can use Aqua Jet more often, but it's like I couldn't really do anything. Bleak Wind will now activate, which will knock out the Urshifu. If he didn't Aqua Jet there, I would have knocked out both. But he will also use Bleak Wind and takes about 30% or half of, on Tornadus. But we'll bring out our Chien-Pao, because now if he brings out Dragapult, he's gonna be sitting at a good weakness. Oh no, he brought out Moltres instead. The shiny one, let's go. Those are incredibly rare, by the way. I love that. We're gonna Rain Dance so that we don't have to deal with that nonsense, and we're going to go ahead and we're gonna get rid of this Tornadus. We're gonna Rain Dance, Ice Spinner into Tornadus, which is gonna knock him out. Galarian Moltres, let's go! That's so dope. Fiery Wrath. Not very effective against Chien-Pao, but we'll knock out the Tornadus, which is very unfortunate. But now with our actions, we get to bring out Flutter Mane against a Dark type, which isn't really liking Fairy. And they don't have another Pokemon. So here goes Moonblast into Ice Spinner. And here we go. Oof. Oof. Galarian Moltres goes down. My man. I really need to add him to a team. It's so dope. Alrighty, so our final match of the day is... Oh no. Okay. We've got Iron Hands. Murkrow, wow, brain fart. Flutter Mane, Urshifu, Dragonite, and Chien-Pao. Okay, so I wasn't expecting to meet this team already in our final match of the day, but everyone's going to be running it, so I just should expect it to be the normal. Okay, so they don't have Tornadus, but they do have a Murkrow that does have Quash, Foul Play. He does have a lot of stuff that can still do a little bit of damage to my team. So I need to bring in Tornadus Fluttermane. We'll bring in, I want to say Garchomp, but he's not going to really do anything to anyone on that side of the field. I mean, he does hurt Iron Hands, and Iron Hands is a little bit of a problem with Fake Out and Wild Charge and stuff like that. So, Garchomp, and then what else? We'll bring in Regieleki. Okay, so we can Terra Ice, Terra like a Blast, or Terra Ice Beam, I should say. Terra Ice Beam into something which may or may not be weak against it, but it's going to be interesting. We'll see what we can do. All right, Urshifu and Qianpao against Tornadus and Fluttermane. Lowers the weakness down to all the Pokemon, so we need to activate Tailwind first. We're going to Terra Fairy and set with the Dazzling Gleam. We're going to do as much damage as we possibly can, so if Sucker Punch doesn't come in, well, if Sucker Punch gets to come in, we're not going to take that much damage. I mean, we're still going to take a lot, but if Aqua Jet also doesn't come in, we'll... Yeah, that's the thought process. I don't think it's going to work, but that's the thought process. Let's see if it works. They're also going to Terra. And it's going to be Urshifu. And it's going to be Water. So I don't think it's Aqua Jet. I think it's Searching Strikes. So I might be safe here. Tailwind goes off. Dazzling Gleam, so no Sucker Punch. Unless Sucker Punch was added on to Tornadus. But it is going to one-hit KO the Urshifu, get him out of here, and leave Qianpao the one hit with 1 HP due to Focus Sash. That's the one thing between these two characters. They both require Focus Sash for him to become really, really useful. But you have to be capable of dealing with both. Ice Spinner will go into the Tornadus, which is going to knock him out. If I used the Terra on him, it would have saved his life a little bit, but I don't think it would have been that great. But we did get the Tailwind off, and that's what really matters. We're bringing out Regieleki now. And here comes Dragonite. Regieleki will now do Electro Web. And I will swap out Fluttermane for Garchomp. Right now, Fluttermane's a good standing target for Sucker Punch, which is probably going to come out of Qianpao right now. He can't Terra, so Dragonite is kind of like a sitting duck. So with Garchomp coming out here, it's going to negate that damage, and possibly it doesn't do anything for tricking Qianpao. He will do Protect. Extreme Speed will go into the Garchomp slot though. And here comes the Electro Web from Regieleki, which is supposed to injure the Pokemon on the left, knocking him out, but it's going to do a little bit of damage to the Pokemon on the right, lowering their speed. We'll get set up again, because I have to... Actually... Yeah, we'll get set up again, and I'm going to protect over here. I'm hoping that he's going to Extreme Speed again and think it's Sucker Punch is going to come out. Extreme Speed into Regieleki will knock him out. God dang it. I was really, really hoping to trick him with that, but apparently that was not the case. Ice Spinner does come out from Qianpao. I do not think he's got Sucker Punch. From just those two interactions, I don't think he has it. Okay. We'll go up with the Dazzling Gleam. And we'll hit Dragon Claw against the Dragonite. Now he could use Extreme Speed here and still knock out Garchomp. I just need to get Qianpao off the field. I still have Tailwind. So Extreme Speed into Garchomp's going to knock him out. Rough Skin doing a little bit of damage, but now I knock out both of those two Pokemon at the same time. Because Tailwind is still active on my side of the field. Sucker Punch lowers down Fluttermane to half. Dazzling Gleam. So I did have Sucker Punch, but at this point in time, it doesn't really matter. Now we're 1-1. Who's your last? Oh, Radiant Speed. And Tailwind's gone. And it's there, Flutter Me. Okay, single target. That's all I got. They don't have booster energy. If they had booster energy, they would have had this game. They already used their Terra, so we're going to hope that the Dazzling Gleam can do it. Single target, so it does not. Moonblast. Dang it. I almost had it. I almost had it. We almost went 4-1 today, but no, we went 3-2. So close. Well, looks like that's going to be the end of the video for us today, ladies and gentlemen. We went 3-2, and that last match was just literally on the edge of being a 4-1, which would have raised my spirits quite a bit and trying to pilot this team to be a lot better than it currently is. I do have ideas of what I could do to change the team and maybe implement the ideas that I had in the previous video of how to overcome the challenges that I currently do have with the extreme speed users. While some of them are very easy to answer, some of them are not. For Dragonite especially, it's very easy for me to use Will-O-Wisp on him to lower down his attack power to literally half, and which brings him back down to a normal level outside of Choice Band. So I negate the ability of Choice Band, and then he still does his thing. And if he ever gets locked into, you know, that slot, and it's like, okay, well now I have to swap out because, you know, I have someone that negates priority, such as, you know, Farigiraf or even Indity, you still have other options to maybe deal with the problem. Currently with my team as it stands now, no one in my current squad learns Will-O-Wisp. They don't learn Psychic Surge. They don't learn Quick Guard. So it's like, if I want to directly counter that open of Qianpao Dragonite, I would literally have to start changing people out. No amount of Terras that I would change them to would make that different, but I also need to pilot this a lot better. That was one thing that I also reflected on all of yesterday. Maybe I'm not piloting the team the way that it should be piloted to where I could take out that combo. And even in the tournament that I did last weekend on Saturday, I still came up against that combo and I still did a fairly good job. I had lost to the player, but it wasn't immediate. It wasn't like, oh, well, he brought this out and I had no answers. I did, and I had to pilot around it as much as I possibly could. But in a best of 3, I went 1, he went 2, and it went down to game 3. It wasn't like he just swept me. So it's like, okay, well, that's going to be a thing that I'm going to have to do from here on out. So that's it. That's a very interesting thing. But I also think that I also should have won against the fight with Spiritomb if I would have focused him down first, because I knew that he was going to do Trick Room. If I just would have dealt with him first, I don't think I would have had a bigger problem. But because I didn't, I had a huge problem, which set up my opponent to win first and foremost with Torkoal. So, I mean, Torkoal's good. I'm a huge fan of Torkoal, don't get me wrong. Oh, wow. But my God. Anyway, that's going to be today's video. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. What's your guys' suggestions of what you would do for the team? And what's your possible opens and changes that you would make to deal with the current meta? Currently, I'm still trying to figure out how to negate the strength of Dragonite and not really worry about the ability. I could disable, that might be cool. So maybe bring it in Screamtail to go, hey, you use that move disabled. Well, now you can't. So switch him out, please. And he's bulky and strong, so yay. Or like there's other options. Like I said, Indity for Afrig. I still deciding, but I do read and answer any and all comments that you guys leave at the end of the videos. So leave away. I do reply to everything. Subscribe if you're new or if you're a returning viewer of mine. I hope that you've enjoyed the content so far, that you would sub. We're gonna be playing for quite a long time, so we're gonna finish out the month and see how many games that we have. And since you guys like the big videos before, I will do that to the end of this series as well, so that way you can see 20 battles at once at your own pace and enjoy the show. Pardon me. So subscribe. It really does help out the channel. The goal for July is to hit 400 subs. I believe that we can do it with your guys' help, and you guys have been showing great support so far, so and I want to continue that, and hopefully we can hit the goal of 400. I would like to hit 1,000 by the end of the year, just because to me it's very feasible. Like, I had a huge sub growth not too long ago, so that's what really put this into motion. I think we can do it, and again, I just need your guys' help to be able to do that, and I appreciate any and all help that you're willing to give. And that's it. Happy Thursday, people. I will see you all tomorrow, where it's the beginning of our weekend, and yeah, more to come. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.